If I had a nickel for every time someone told me I could never go vegan, I'd honestly be pretty rich. You may never be able to go completely vegan, but I guarantee you can try these super simple and delicious Mexican meals that you would never even know don't have meat or dairy because they're that good. Let's first make my go-to refried black bean recipe. This recipe, along with all the other recipes I'll be making today, are from our spring meal guide. All right, to a pan on medium heat, you will add 1 onion, diced, 2 to 3 cloves of garlic, so I'm just gonna use this minced garlic. Instead of oil, I use water to saute. So we'll cook that until the onions become translucent. Next, we'll add the spices. So we'll start with some cumin. I use anywhere between 1/4 to 1/2 of a teaspoon. I like a lot of spice, so I'm gonna use 1/2 a teaspoon today. 1/2 of a teaspoon of coriander, 1/2 a teaspoon of oregano, and 1/2 a teaspoon of salt. That's it, this is so easy. Then I'll add a cup of water to this. As you can see, it's starting to, it needs to be deglazed. You can either add a cup of veggie broth right now, or I'll do a cup of water with a teaspoon of veggie broth paste. Smells so good. To save money and because it's super simple, earlier today I made some black beans in my Instant Pot by just cooking it for 35 minutes with water and salt. I rinse it out and then I use these just like I would cans of black beans. So this recipe calls for 2 cans of black beans, or you can use 3.5 cups of pre-cooked black beans instead. So to the pan, you'll add the 3.5 cups of black beans or 2 cans. We'll add in some pepper, and then I'll use a masher to either mash these or an immersion blender. You want it to be mashed, but still be able to see some chunks of full beans. So it's a good mix where this is really a really great texture. You will turn off the heat and then top it off with the juice of 1 lime. Taste it. This is the recipe we cook for anyone who doesn't think they could go without meat. I'm like, just try this, and then you'll realize how delicious plant-based foods can be. This is so good. So good. Now there are so many different ways that you can serve these refried beans. An easy one is with rice, tomatoes, salsa, avocados, mangoes, corn. You got it. There's so many variations. But today we're also gonna make some tostadas with this mixture. You will warm up your tortillas in the microwave for about 30 seconds beforehand so that they don't fall apart in your hands. And then add the black bean mixture to the warm tortilla. This is a mix of flour and corn, this tortilla. I feel like just corn always falls apart for me. Flour at least is a little bit better. I'm gonna microwave some corn ones too, just to build the rest of this up. See if I microwave them for a minute, if it will work so they don't fall apart. Okay, 1 minute of microwaving. Super hot in my hands, but I think it's not gonna fall apart. Yeah, there we go. There's a secret. They just have to be warm enough. Well, let's put these in the air fryer. We'll do 350 for 8 minutes and check on it. And they're done. Perfect. Look at that. So good. These turned out beautiful. Dip them in salsa. You can add avocado. These are so good. You'll never miss the meat or the cheese. If you like these recipes, make sure to click on your free 1-week meal guide below so that you have even more recipes to enjoy. Good, huh? You like it? Next up is Tex-Mex Bites. You'll take a pita. A pita works better than a tortilla, but you can use a tortilla as well, and we'll go ahead and toast it up. I'm using my air fryer. You can use anything. I'm just gonna go ahead and toast it for about a minute or 2. Now the mixture is super simple. All you're going to do is add a can of black beans, a cup of frozen corn, and then 1/4 of a red onion. We'll mix that together. We'll top it off with the juice of a lime. Now you can keep this mixture in your fridge, and then when you're ready, all you do is you toast up your pita, just like that, and then cut up an avocado. It's about 1/2 of an avocado per pita. Mash the avocado a little bit onto that pita. I always like to add a little bit of salt here. Just a little bit of salt, bring out the flavor of the avocado. Then you'll top it off with your mixture and your favorite salsa. This is my favorite salsa. I love it. It's so good. Let's put it on top. Garnish with some cilantro, and you have yourself a super simple, easy, and delicious meal. Oh, it's so good. Let's finish this off with some mango salsa that I will add to some rice to create a meal for my family. This one's so good and easy. You'll want to peel and dice 2 mangoes. Everyone does it differently. I'm trying to go fast, so this is how I do it. To a bowl, you will add those 2 diced mangoes, then 2 cans of black beans that have been rinsed and drained, 1 diced red bell pepper, and then we'll mix that around. a bunch of green onions, thinly sliced, and about a half a cup of chopped cilantro. We'll add 1/4 cup of red wine vinegar, and then salt to taste. So you can add as much or as little as you want, and that is it. We'll mix all of that together, and I will throw this over some rice and call it dinner. You can also dip some chips in this. There's a lot of things you can do with this salsa.
If you like this video, make sure to check out my other videos where I show you how easy and delicious it can be to eat more plants.